Remember, for the function questions, we still need to read everything, but we're going to really focus what is the point of that underlined portion. For his 1986 album Keyboard Fantasies, Beverly Glenn Copeland wrote songs grounded in traditional soul and folk music, then accompanied them with futuristic synthesizer arrangements featuring ambient sounds and complex rhythms. So it's traditional and futuristic. The result was so strange, so unprecedented, strange, that the album attracted little attention when first released. In recent years, however, a younger generation of musicians has embraced the stylistic experimentation of Keyboard Fantasies. Alternative R&B musicians Blood Orange and Moses Sumney, among other contemporary recording artists, cite the album as an influence. So, okay, this is just an example of what they said, right? So they said it's influenced people. This is two people who it influenced, right? So that's my guess. My dumb summary of this sentence is that it's an example kind of sentence. So let's take a look. It urges contemporary musicians to adopt the unique sound of Keyboard Fantasies. Well, that doesn't sound like an example. Plus, that word urge is very, very strong. This is not making an argument. It's saying that maybe it's a good album, that lots of other people have kind of used it as some sort of like example to hold up. But it's a different thing altogether to say that this passage is urging other people to do something, right? I don't see anywhere in here where it says like a word like should. Should is a word that says you should do something. This is what I think is best. But the author has not using that word in this case. So that is an important trap that the SAT sometimes sets, is just because the passage is talking about something in a positive way does not mean it's trying to encourage or urge or recommend anything. Like you can't make that leap. It can just be positive. That's okay. So this is definitely wrong. B, it responds to criticism of Keyboard Fantasies by some younger musicians. No, the younger musicians like the album. It's not a criticism. So right, dumb summaries, this is positive. This is a negative choice. C, it offers examples of younger musicians whose work has been impacted by Keyboard Fantasies. Well, I said that, so it's probably it. But let's take a look. It contrasts Keyboard Fantasies with the recordings of two younger musicians. No, again, it's not saying that these people are different. They're saying that they listened to this album and liked it and used it as inspiration. So definitely in a contrast. And again, even just dumb summaries, that's a negative choice. This is all talked about positively. So yeah, C is the answer. And the reason I knew that it was going to be something like example is there's really only so many functions that sentences can have, right? They emphasize a point, they contrast a point, they give examples, just kind of think ahead to those transition questions that come later in the section. It's similar ideas here, is like, one sentence is just not going to be a random thought. It's following from the other, and there's a transition. And so we can kind of almost work from like a limited list to at least get a dumb summary going. So just keep practicing with these, and you'll notice a theme here. Like they tend to fall into the same kinds of categories, and that makes it easier to at least predict what might be happening. We still need to go through the answer choices rigorously, but hopefully one of them will just kind of match your prediction.